Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. It is Squaresoft Saturday. Final Fantasy Tactics. Again.
It's that one. Yeah.
Excuse me. I just finished eating, so my throat. I'm in a throat clearing moment. But yeah, Squaresoft Saturday. It's Final Fantasy Tactics. We're starting Chapter 4 today, which means side quests are forthcoming. We might see a Clued Striff. Who
A
knows?
clad strap. Club duff. Deeble.
Let us begin the video game. Let me open up the video game. Let me find the video game. Hold on, where did I put it? Where is that? There it is. Gotta make some adjustments here because I did downgrade my version of BizHawk for an archipelago thing. So I gotta make adjustments. I didn't think about it until just right now, basically.
Ain't that how it goes?
Kind of just eyeballing here, getting it in the right position. Alright, we got BizHawk audio coming through. Now let's start a side stream. There's a side stream start for you, right there.
Wow. A whole stream on the side.
And speaking of controllers, I gotta make sure my controls are set up correctly. Completely forgot to do all of this beforehand. All right. So I did not do any grinding, like I thought I would, but no. So hopefully today we do not end up stonewalled super hard.
What will be, will be.
We gotta get to Zeltenia Castle. But first, there are side quests in Chapter 4. So instead, we're gonna go to Machine City Goog and fight any random battles that happen along the way. Oh, Rams has got his slick new duds. Final chapter appearance change, as one does in video games.
He's blue now.
He's blue now. That's his attack.
Wow. Looking cool, Joker.
Also, I forgot, Ramza got juiced by having his solo fight at the end of last chapter.
He is over leveled. We're gonna need him here because the random encounter is gonna be scaled to him, right?
Yeah, probably a good idea to have him here. Oh yeah, we also have Rafa and Malik, our new characters.
Rafa's at least. Rafa and Malik are at least.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll use them since their thing is RNG, but you know. Is there woke Ramza's afoot? Yeah, Ramza's about to make his...
gotten pretty woke.
Ramza's about to make his famous speech about how... about income inequality and, you know, the job... and, you know, the job market and women's rights and all that.
Women's wrongs.
Yeah. Okay, so this is... I want to say this is one of the characters I recruited. We have, because our main four are Ian, Tess, Mandy, and Nox. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So let's get Mandy, Ian here, because they are the lowest leveled. We'll throw in Nox and Tess here. Try to get our squad some levels. Ottagway Woods. Yeah, thank you for the sub, Millie. Appreciated. We got a ghost, we got 2 knights, we got some goblins. Gobbledygook. Oh, okay, so it goes all around a certain area. Legendary sword that kills freely, Asura.
Cool. Cool sword, man.
Oh yeah. That was in fact a pretty cool sword. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, that's a scary amount of damage right there. Thankfully, HP restore.
Good old reliable HP restore. Something's gotta die.
I'm not sure if this is hitting anything besides the one in front of us. Damn. Those knights is beefy. Hey, Hamido at work.
Nice, nice.
Even if the attack got blocked, still, god damn it! I hate break moves. I hate break moves. Annoying as shit.
It's true. Agreed.
Jesus Christ. I can't hit these fucking knights. Worst case, I throw a wave fist at the goblin to kill it.
Sometimes you just explode a guy.
Okay, at least he has re-raise.
Mm-hmm.
Wizards, explode this man.
Oh, my wizardic warriors, bury that boo-boo in the earth. That boo-boo bear. I'm always thinking about that. Very dumb pose.
Very funny. Ah, no. He didn't have time to get another re-raise up. $105 medium style explosion. Gotta find somewhere I can buy a new diamond helm for my fucking knight that had it broken by a fucking other knight. God damn it. I should also bring them. Mustadio's pretty high level relative, so I think he's fine. I do need Mustadio for the side quests, so
we need Mustadio.
We absolutely need Mustadio.
Him.
Ah. At least there's no knights this time to break my shit. What's the area effect on this? Okay, so these are just sort of all around you kind of effects. That's cool. I did not realize that with these. So samurais really want to just get in the mix.
Makes sense. You know when you sometimes go for a stretch and then your muscles on that side of your body just decide to cramp up?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now.
I'm so sorry.
I'll be okay. It's starting to pass.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I've had times where I've
Anyway, that's why I
and,
was talking kind of funny for a second there. I was in pain.
No worries, I understand. I've had bad stretches that like basically took my shoulder out for like 3 days.
Oh jeez. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think it was just like
not entirely out, but like just
spasm on my side.
just like, you know, like, oh god, you feel you're you know, the kind of thing you're feeling for a while sometimes.
Yeah, I get it.
Damn. Neither of my mages can get within range. No one ever starts a sentence like that and says, that's not happening to me right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, let's make it a second. might have to get up and stretch for a sec. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no, take care of yourself. A mouse. Eek. Hello, Molly. How go? Haha! Can't hurt my white mage. Too strong for you. Just read a news story saying Target is trying to win back shoppers after the diversity boycotts by investing $2 million in AI bullshit. That is very funny. So yeah, that'll get the people boycotting us back. They love AI, those wokes. Go stand under a waterfall, Ramza. The squid. No, it's squid season. They're just coming out of the water to do squid things. We just happened to walk by. Anyways, time for some squid sashimi. Ah! Motherfucker. That samurai, he's got the dragon spirit. for the cure, I guess. This fucking bird and its cure. Ugh. Got some troublesome drawings to a place you're happy with? That's good. That's good. Glad to hear good tidings on art, as always. Nice, nice, nice. There we go, there we go. Can I hit the bird? I can't hit the bird. Bird's gonna hit me, because of course he is. Yeah. Alright. Bird defeated. Let's go to the shop. No, this is a magic town. No. I need gear for my physical character. No. $12,000 for a gold hairpin, but we certainly have enough. We certainly have more than enough. Earth clothes. It's so funny how they keep making just like so many clothes, so many outfits, so many clothes. There we go, there we go. That's the good shit for the magic ones. Nope. Wizard Rod's still the best one. Gold staff we already got. Okay. Golden hairpin and okay, black robe. Okay, so this strengthens elemental magic and this reduces elemental damage. So this is protective. This one is, you know, offensive. Obviously, it's white. It's white mage, black mage, all that stuff. This is just green. Nothing special about it. But yeah, we're gonna put white robe on you. Let's see, how about here? They got melee job stuff here. They do. Circlet. Ears are exposed. Make it to lighter. Carabini mail. Oh, we got boots that increase speed specifically. That's cool. Attack power 12. Attack power 13. Evade 10%. My concern is that if I do this, that if we run into things that like resist ice, we're going to be in trouble. We're gonna get you the sprint shoes. Give you more speed. We're gonna buy... I'm actually gonna check real quick. Formation. Ability. Learn Squire. What else? What do we got new in Squire? We got Scream! Raise one's brave, speed, and physical magic attack powers by shouting. Ah, now there's the yelling. There's the yelling right there.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. We're just doing some bookkeeping here. Got new gear, got everybody geared up with the newest duds. We changed Ramsey back to a squire because we are at the point where he can learn the real shit.
Hell yeah.
The real yell strats. Scream. Raise one's brave level, speed level, and physical/magic attack powers by shouting.
Nice.
The true yelling starts now.
Yell 2. The sequel. The squeakquel.
See now, Summer, you got anything? I don't really want to learn those. I think if I want to learn any new summons, I want the big ones. So I guess we're going to wait a little bit still. Night launch. I think we want to equip armor off of Night. For you. Yeah, is there any new katana moves you can learn? No. No.
Then thunder.
Spell attacks with philosophy. Randomly attacks in effect range. Spell attacks with philosophy. Wait, it's got different elements here. Yeah. Space storage. Spell causes abnormal status with philosophies.
Can cause basically any status too.
Sky Demon. His all just say back. They just put the word back on the end of each of his.
Yeah. The other side of it, I guess.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's supposed to be like a coin. Flipping a coin is the idea. And then I still have you on chemist for a while. Well, I think we can probably. I think we kept you on chemist mainly because we just wanted to have the healing. You could probably switch him over to. Oh wait, right. We wanted to get you to whichever one can learn equip gun. We want to get you equip gun so you can be a knight with a gun. Change you to mediator. We can. Yes, we can do that. Haha. Oh yeah, we'll need to gear you up as well. Billy sent. Still want to keep going on this night. We'll get gear for Stadio and Goog.
Makes sense. That is
Anyways.
the gun plays.
Yeah. Side quests begin.
This is what you found in the drift?
Yes, when I started digging last week at drift number 57. I tried to take it apart, but I didn't know what to prod where.
What is this steel ball? What is this?
Did it respond to the stone? What's this mark?
A squiggly mark.
What's this squiggly mark? No new guns. Well, they don't even have armor here at all. So nope, no new guns, so nothing here. So now for side quests. What do we do next? We go over here. Go to the mining town of Goland. Gold. Okay. First, let's go up here. I'm pretty sure this should have the gear that Stadio uses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, we swapped into Mediator.
Yep. Well, I don't know. Yeah, let's do this. Goku Rod.
Goku's famous rod.
I'm gonna save before we go into this. Hold on. All right, we have to go. Right. We're going to Goland. That's where we gotta go.
Go Golan.
Adventurer Ramson.
Ramson. Hi, my name
Okay, I
is
think this is what Ghost of
Ramson
Prairie.
Bebulb.
There are numerous coal miners in Goland, but a monster seems to have recently settled in coal mines in Goland, but a monster seems to have recently settled in one of them. A plan to gather knights to suppress the monster was being made by the administration, but due to the war, no progress has been made. The administration put a reward for anyone, from commander to hunter, who slays the monster. All hope for a quick solution. And then, you want to go to Lazalia?
Welcome. Something to drink?
Okay, milk, please.
I like you. Never seen anyone order that at a bar. It's not like some kind of cliche or something. You must have seen a lot of bloodshed. You should drink, eh? So it was true. There are monsters in Goland.
Yeah, the coal mine shut down. We're in a fix.
And we can't count on knights either in this day and age.
All of Goland's recruiting hunters, I hear.
Aren't you a hunter? You make good money.
I don't care about the money. I can't leave people in need.
Wow, very impressive. If only Sir Bob Bonnes were alive. That's still you.
Oh yeah, but there's one that even a master hunter can't beat.
Now that's a big problem. What kind of a monster is it?
It's called the Holy Dragon. Really unusual.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'll just go and see.
Good luck. I wish I could do an impression. If you're going to the coal mines, would you hire me?
Who are you?
My name is Beowulf. I'm a hunter. I've been searching for this old dragon. What do you think? I'll probably be helpful.
Let's go together. Okay, let's go together.
You can pay me later. Let's go.
Alright, so now... Yeah, so Golden is turned red because that's where the quests are. Just gonna check something real quick. Okay, so now, let's see now. Damn. Damn. Alright, well, I guess we're not doing. I guess we're not getting the. We're not doing no stealing. In this one, but that's fine. We've not built ourselves around being able to steal things, honestly. So. Save over this one again since we're done let's look at our buddy here joining us.
What's he got? He's got a magic sword.
Pretty standard knight stuff. Oh, ooh, a lot of abilities here, damn.
Berserk, chicken, confused, don't act.
He's got a, I guess he's kind of a debuff sword, magic swordsman going on here. Chicken.
Lowering their brave.
What do you have? You have bolt and ice here. So that's
Very basic wizard Steve.
got cure, protect, and shell.
Basic priest stuff.
Got quite a
Oh,
lot of stuff
wow.
in Oracle.
Interesting. They really want this guy debuffing.
Yeah. Let's let him do that.
Excuse me.
Save again since I just messed with some of this stuff. Alright, now we're gonna have a series of battles here.
Many strong men await you.
Let's try this. Colliery Underground, 3rd floor. Defeat all enemies. Ready. Beowulf moving first. Sneaky guy right here.
Sneaky little fella has arrived.
Just hiding under the rafters here. You can barely see him. God. The angles in this game are so funny.
It's true.
Look at how useful this is.
Early 3D isometric stuff gets so fucky with some camera angles sometimes. Maybe I'm biased because I was playing Dark Savior and I had to go up those spiral staircases and you couldn't see the back half of. Jesus.
Remember to check their gear? I don't have anybody equipped with the ability to steal, so I can't really do any. I kind of can't do the gun thing, unfortunately. Like, I just do not... I would have to do a fair bit of grinding to get somebody able to even try to steal the weapons. So, unfortunately, we're just kind of not doing that right now. check real quick. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not this battle, anyways. The one we'd be looking for, anyways. Life drain. You missed.
Damn.
Yeah, I probably should get somebody who can steal and start looking at stuff more. But for this one, we're just kind of letting it go.
It's our first playthrough. We don't need to perfectly optimize everything.
Yeah.
It's good to know that stealing starts being very worth it in this part of the game, though.
Yeah. It's a gunfight, though. What's going on here?
Good old-fashioned gunfight.
Heavenly bolts come bring God's justice. Bolt 3.
God loves the third bolt.
Rude. Very rude. Very rude. How dare you Phoenix down him? Wait. Shit, wait. May have fucked up. May have fucked up. Might need to restart.
It happens.
I need to restart. Yep.
Damn.
Nobody can revive the white mage!
Oopsie. Whoops.
Like, Ramza has the ability to, but not when they're on a slope. Because it has to be the same height.
Mm-hmm. Pro tip: don't die on slopes.
Yeah, don't put characters on slopes that you need someone else to revive. They can only be revived by someone with fucking monk abilities. Yep, I mashed. Yeah, maybe between this stream and next stream, I will do some thief building up, maybe, or
some thief grind.
Maybe we'll do that on stream today. I don't know. Who knows?
That might be fun.
See how
chill out, grind out some thieves.
Yeah, just get the ability to steal shit. Okay, so this side quest we won't have to do. We won't have another one for a while after this one. So yeah, we'll have time to do other stuff. Yeah, we're definitely. Oh, we've got a ways to go before the end of this game. Chapter 4 seems to be quite long. Yeah, you know what? Let's make this just a side quest. Oh, we're gonna make this a side quest and do Aaron's the propositions stream today.
I think that's fair and good
we'll
and fine.
Set up a thief to get someone to get JP on thief to start learning to steal.
Sometimes all you want to do is just get number up.
Yep. What is this? The 8% prizes. Right, that's what that is. Okay. Let's go to the shop. You got any gear for thieves? You got assassin daggers, that works. Go to the bar. And proposition discovery tour. Right, we got a bunch of we got our randos that we can throw in there as well. So we can have our actual main team do some battle grinding while we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, actually, I'm gonna step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, I am back.
Oh,
I have a limoncello cheesecake.
Ooh, jealous. That sounds very good. I'll have to get some. We have some ice cream sandwiches. I'll have to get like 1 or 2 later.
Hell yeah. The humble ice cream sandwich.
So easily forgotten.
God,
By Mouse, at least. Molly kept forgetting that we had them.
I have had some kind of like weird like bump on my thumb like all week, like for a while. It's really annoying.
That stinks. I think I've gotten that before.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's like some
That
kind of
sort of
wart or like a bug bite or something, but like it's a little hard thing on my thumb that's...
Could be like a little pimple or callus, too.
Yeah, just very sensitive against things that it touches. And, you know, when you're playing video games a lot, your thumb touching them,
yeah.
Your thumb's touching stuff. It's hard not to have your thumb touch stuff. It turns out they're very important to a lot of things you do with your hands. All right. 14 days. Yep. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Have to go here. 1, 2. Wait. Wait.
Did we not pick up the guy?
Did I not? Did I not? Hold on, wait. Wait. Ian, Tess, Mandy, Knox, Hatterin, Ellen. Okay, I didn't start the fucking side. I didn't start the proposition. Fuck. God damn it.
Oops.
Well, let's start testing here to get some JP anyways. Grog Hill. Ooh, we got some plant creatures.
Like, guys.
I just realized I did not actually. I don't think I actually told Mustadio to learn anything in talking ability. Whoopsie. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, if we need to restart again, we need to restart again.
Nah, I mean he's got his regular stuff that he can do, so like he'll just do that. Can't throw it at you, you're too far away. Ah. Trent. Fighting a bunch of Trents.
A bunch of Trent.
No. Bastard. Fireball!
Fireball!
Yeah, there's the dragon spirit. Oh. They lined up to protect. It's called tactics. You didn't need to heal me. You could have moved and then healed, you know?
Birds will do what they want.
Throw an axe at that bird. Right. They're undead. They come back.
Yeah, you gotta keep that one in mind.
I thought I could clear it faster than this. Ah, foot. Damn it. Okay, he didn't heal full health at least. Should okay no he won't be able to kill you with this. He won't come back at full health. God damn it. Oh, come on. There we go. Over here. Okay, there we go. Now it's actually... So, how are you doing?
Hey there. How you doing?
Everybody having a good weekend so far?
How's the weather up there?
It's cold. It's been cold lately. It's been rainy and kind of cold.
Oh, that's a nice change of pace.
Yeah. Like, you know, California cold. It's not like, you know, snow or anything, but...
We've been teasing, like, a decent cold spell for a bit here, but it just hasn't stuck.
Did you know? Today is the birthday of Saturday.
Dang, that's cool. I didn't really think about that. At least I did play a Saturn game today.
Yeah, it damn cold. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, you did play a Saturn game earlier today. Very funny Saturn game.
Yeah, it's real interesting. Do you like games that play like Night Stalker, or not Night Stalker, Land
Stalker.
And you might enjoy it.
Honestly,
It's
that
like
game...
from one of the several teams that splintered off from the Landstalker team.
Dark Savior looks like some kind of shit I'd actually be kind of into, honestly.
I can believe it. I think it's gonna get real hell with the platforming in some of the later things, but that's
yeah, that part does seem kind of hard.
Yeah, I've played
The shit it's doing with, like,
so I
the-
think I'll be able to tank it, but we'll see.
Yeah, the shit it's doing with the parallel stories is really cool. The different routes.
Yeah, it's fun. And the fact that it just rolls into a new playthrough of just like opening up on the ship where you just had the dream.
Yeah,
Because that's how the game opens up the first time through.
yeah, it's the dream.
It's neat.
Just like looping in a way that like is very funny. What if the game was about haircuts and it was called Dark Savior?
That would be a very different game. I think it'd be very funny if it still had the horrific bio monster that steals people's shapes.
Yeah, it would be very funny in that in that situation. Summoners are pretty good in this game, it seems.
Steals people's haircuts.
Steals people's hair. I mean, I don't know. You'd want to steal some of the haircuts in that game, at least not
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the ones
that's
on the front of the
true.
box.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's haircut is better on the front of the box, in my opinion. In the game, he has a real, like, over-the-top 80s mullet in a way that kind of crosses the line into being kind of lame.
It reminds me of like. It makes me think of like this guy's in a movie that you'd see on MST3K, you know?
True, which is the right kind of tone you want to hit with that. In general, it has the feel of like any random ultra-violent 80s OVA.
Yeah.
A lot of those liked having rampaging bio monsters, so
Yeah. It's a big
then it
thing.
plays like Landstalker, and also there's a very basic fighting game mode sometimes.
Yeah, the battles are something.
It's extremely basic. I don't know how clear it was. Eventually, I figured it out. Partially with.
Okay, that didn't hit
stuff.
shit.
It's straight up a game where your attacks are determined by, are you close range, mid range, or long range, and that's it. It's one button otherwise, and then you've got a chargeable super that once your bar for the super is charged, you gotta use it.
Yeah. You done made my samurai easy.
So.
Goddamn. Every kill in this battle was thanks to the summoner. The summoner got every kill in this fight.
Summoners are good.
Going on back to Grog Hill. Hill where they keep all the grog.
They just keep one guy named Grog here, actually.
Oh.
Grog just called Game of Life.
Blast you.
This is
my old
kind of
man.
this kind of inherently becomes the era of summons in Final Fantasy, just because like they really wanted to emphasize them because it was an excuse to do cool animations.
Yeah. Like, summons before were, like, it was always the thing of like summons have always been like kind of strong, but like this is where they really start to just keep getting, they keep like wanting to make them a focus, and so they keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not even a focus in this game in the way that they will be in the games immediately after this.
Yep, I was specifically thinking about 8 with that. I have been thinking about it recently just because I think it was actually Red posting about not really understanding the appeal of Final Fantasy when people have such divided takes on a lot of them, and big takes on a lot of them being not good. And I think part of it comes down to like the series hasn't ever had a consistent identity, and like specifically around this point, the identity kind of shifts from it, even from like within itself, focusing less on crystals and more on summons. Like,
yeah. Every Final Fantasy is either crystal. Every Final Fantasy is either crystals or summons.
And nowadays it's much more summons.
Yep.
16 brought back the crystals a little bit, but they were tied in very tightly to the summons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting that people take this series the way that they do.
Yeah. It's always been a thing of like this whole thing. This, again, I've said this before. This is why I'm doing this whole thing. Is, I also got really annoyed at just how people talk about this series, and I wanted to do it. Yeah. I just wanted to like, fuck it. I don't want to have to pay attention to what people say about this series. I want to just know how I feel, and that's it.
And so far, some of the ones that people dismiss, we've found some good in. Or at least found things to dislike in them that most people don't.
Yeah.
Also, the one that everybody likes, we fucking hate.
Yeah! But yeah, it's like... And it's like, it's also been a thing of like... As the further I go on, it's the more like... I want to, experience it more. I want to go back and, try... Like, I don't know if I'll stream it or not, but I want to go back and try the original versions of the first 6 games at some point, I think
that'd be worth doing. I'm very curious about 3.
Yeah, I'm very curious about 2 and 3 specifically, because
2 and 3 are the big ones. Yeah.
1 as well, because 1 is a lot more. It's a lot more like there's a lot of niceties and stuff like the Pixel remaster. Even with it going back to the spell slot system they had, it's still a lot nicer than it was originally. It feels like, but yeah. Thank you, I appreciate that. And yeah, like, even the ones I like, I don't want to... Even ones like, I don't want to be, like, obsessive and, like, trying to posit, things are great. It's like... And for 9, to be fair, I know 9 is very popular amongst a lot of people, sort of. There is kind of... the hipster is kind of an accurate word, I think, for how 9 is sort of treated. Of like, there are some people who sort of have this air of, well, I like 9, it's not 7, the one that everybody talks about and loves, that kind of thing. Oh yeah,
if you weren't a coward, you'd like 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna let ads finish.
The real ones.
Wait, this guy. Okay. finish him off with a bolt. Musario's gonna get hit, but he'll be fine.
Musario needs some electricity as enrichment.
Yeah. Needs to feel it in his bones. Welcome back from the ads.
Oh.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, for 9, it's like 9 is one of those ones that, like, I don't really know. I know some broad strokes about, but I'm still interested in seeing, like, what it's all about, you know? We just sort of finished the fight. Didn't really talk about much because we were waiting for ads to finish.
Yeah, basically. I will say, one of the takes I was thinking about that I wanted to get across here is I think for me, the appeal of Final Fantasy as a series and to an extent, like most things that Square Enix puts out, the appeal for me is largely a lot like the same sort of thing that makes me still kind of fuck with Hideo Kojima's stuff, which is to say, it's not always gonna be good. They're gonna do some head-ass shit, but they have like the cultural cachet, the pool, and the artists on hand to always make something really fascinating with a big budget. And there are only so many studios that are able to do that in this day and age.
There's something to appreciate about just people who go for big swings. And that's one of the things. Square has always had a lot of people who go for big swings on their big names. And that's why the ones that I feel like get the most negativity are the ones that feel like they aren't going as big of a swing. Like I think that's something that can be said about 16 is that I think 16 is a swing, but it might not be as big of a swing as people kind of want.
I think it's swung towards a moment a lot of people had gone past.
Yeah.
So a lot of the negative takes I've seen on 16 have been from the perspective of people who basically felt it was like, I don't know how else to put this. It kind of felt like they felt like it was for normies. That's kind of the vibe I got.
This is to make clear, it's like it's not us saying normies here, but it is the kind of thing like someone saying oh, they made a Final Fantasy for normies. It's like they made it Game of Thrones and such. And it's like, I think there is a real kind of sneering nerd kind of shit to that a little bit.
It's a thing where I'm like, the past couple of Final Fantasies, even before 16, have been kind of playing with making nods to prestige media. So I think it's fine that they do that sometimes. But there was a vibe of a little bit of looking down their nose at people to some of the criticism, not inherently in a way that I necessarily think what they were criticizing was wrong, but there was a sense of superiority to a lot of it I've seen, and I haven't played through the whole game. I've just played a chunk of it. I liked what I played.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I streamed, a while ago, and I want to get back to it at some point.
I think the writing was fine enough. It was very
there was
focused, and I liked the characters.
There was certainly some stuff I felt about that I was critical of in the writing. It's that I think some people have had takes on as well, but it's the thing of I still do want to play it and I want to see it for myself, and I think
Yeah.
It's one of those things that is like, yeah, I think also, it's also kind of a thing of like as people get older, it's like they want that magic of playing FF7 when they were a child again, and like you're not going to get that again. You gotta be willing to have that. You gotta be willing to put that magic in front of yourself, you know, for what you're seeing. You know, be willing to accept what you're looking at is what it's going to be, and stop expecting that, you know, nostalgic. You're a child and don't have anything to care about besides this feeling. You're not going to get that again. You gotta take the things in front of you on their own terms.
It's and again, I also don't want to dismiss criticism because I haven't played the game. And
that's
also, like, some of it seems pretty legit, and like I'm not gonna.
My one pet peeve about it is just that like I got really. It's just that the talk about it just got. It's more an issue of just the internet. Talk about shit on the internet. Whenever it starts skewing negative, it gets really aggravating and tiring.
Intense and aggravating and tiring.
Like it's like, you know, I don't want to use this word. I want to stop. I'm trying to stop using this word as much, but like discoursey, you know, kind of thing to it of just like, and just like the thing that always annoyed me about it was just the whole like, this isn't Final Fantasy. It's like, you don't know what Final Fantasy is. You're like, Final Fantasy isn't one thing. It's like, stop. Just, you can criticize it about saying stupid shit. You're not too negative about Final Fantasy.
No, we're not talking about people being negative about it.
Yeah, like
it's not inherently
my
that.
Thought,
it's
like,
just
I do not think that you are someone who is getting caught up in, like, you know, negativity or anything. I think you're someone with very strong feelings, and you know what you like and what you don't like, and are very sure of that, and that's really cool, and I like that. You're cool. You're a cool person. You know, like even if you dislike, even when it's something that I really like that you dislike, and you know, something like that, I don't care about that. I don't care if people don't like the things I like, especially when they're my friends. I don't give a shit about that. This
is not about any one person. This is about just general vibes.
Yeah.
And like very specifically, like we're talking about fandom here.
Yeah.
Not
fandom
like anybody
mentality
just
shit.
talking generally about it, but like fandoms just get really weird about certain things, about certain properties. It makes it harder to talk about a thing on its own.
The issue of making art in whatever media you consume a part of your personality, and it's like, on some level, the things you enjoy are part of your personality, but it's not all of it. You can't make it the core of it, you know. You gotta be something else besides the things you like, and that's the problem. Is people who really try to make those things the core of what they like get really intense about, you know, things that they perceive as slights with the media they enjoy. But anyways, yeah, I think that's fair. It's like, you know, like, yeah, Zelda gets the spotlight, but like then like the East series is, you know, is like very fundamental to the same genre as well, and also has direct roots to the literal foundations of the genre. And so, but it doesn't
Hydelight not getting talked about either.
Yeah, Hydelight not being talked about.
I mean,
stuff
you've
like
talked about virtual Hydelight getting dismissed unfairly recently. I definitely agree with that. I will say I don't enjoy playing virtual Hydelight myself, but that is entirely because the graphical rendering in that game gives me a headache.
Like, yeah, a physical reaction to like, you know, like there's a thing of like, you know, like, yeah, this does make me feel, but it's not like
disorientation.
Like there is like, you know, there's things you can actually say, like, you know, stuff like that. Like that's not you know, that's not the thing that, you know, is like that's not dismissing the game. That's just, you know, that's you know, a reason for why that's not a game for you, you know.
Yeah. But,
and, you know,
but yeah, in general, just personally speaking about my own approach to media and criticism, I maybe hedge too much towards general positivity. I try not be mad or negative about things.
Yeah, I
which is why I get so intense when
Wait.
I get a hate.
Rama didn't hit anything. It highlighted the guys.
Something's
What the
really
fuck?
bothering me.
It highlighted all those guys, and it didn't hit them. What the fuck?
But generally,
because I aimed it on him instead of the space. That's what I did. Fuck. Stupid.
Damn. But yeah, generally, I try and take a tack of just like trying to approach everything where even if I don't personally appreciate it, trying to find something to at least understand why other people do. And I think that's just a healthier way to look at it.
God, so many of my guys are so good at dodging. But yeah, I also have. I feel like I also tend to be. I always have a hard time of like coming up with like things that I dislike in things, mainly because like things that whenever I engage with something, you know, show, game, book, etc. Maybe not all. Maybe not. Books are. Books. I have not touched books in a while, and there are some books that I definitely feel I definitely can be more negative about when I just generally don't finish those. You know, is kind of the thing for that. A book is a commitment if you're not feeling it. You know.
It's true.
But generally speaking, is like I watch a movie. If I'm interested in something, I usually only go engage with something when I'm already interested in it, and when I'm already interested in it enough to stick with something, I'm gonna be fairly positive about it. You know, the times where I'm like kind of negative, like even here, like we talk about like Final Fantasy VI, you know, not liking Final Fantasy VI, I still have like that part of my brain that's like talking about like, you know, like maybe it's just maybe you know, like you know, like maybe if I play original, it'll feel better, it'll hit me better. It's like. Or like, but then I think about like, I think about like the things that I still would probably dislike about it. But you know,
I will say based on what I've seen of Original 6, I do think certain moments will hit better just because I think the art's a lot better than the original. I think it is the one that did not fare well in the
Pixel remaster. Definitely, the Pixel remaster definitely.
I don't think that one looked good.
That's the one that everybody always talks about. Like, yeah, 6 in the Pixel remaster looks pretty bad compared to other versions of it, but it's this thing for me of just like I generally do tend to lean positive. I feel I joke a lot about like having very low standards, you know. It's like even stuff that like people will talk about like, you know, being like really bad and such. I'll be like, I don't know, I liked it. It was okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm also just a very curious person who wants to like see these different things, these things that are very interesting but maybe not well executed. As like really, I just really want to dive into it. Like, you know, like I mentioned earlier, watching you play Dark Savior is like, this looks kind of rough to play, but damn, it's doing some wild shit that I'm really interested in now. You know?
Yeah, it's really going for it, and it's hard not to appreciate that.
Like, even within your, like, you doing, like, the most, like, basic, like, you know, beginner, like, this is clearly designed to be the first route, you know, everything kind of fucks up and goes wrong, and, you know, we're not even digging into, like, the depths of what's going on in this story, because everything's just
dead and covered in
slime. Everyone's dead and covered in slime, and you're just trying to, like, you're just kind of on damage control is kind of how this game is set up right in this storyline. It's still like, okay, it's like, this is still really weird and interesting. It's like, it's gonna, and then it's like, you know, it's like going into the other routes. It's like, it's gonna be getting into like actual details of like this cosmology and whatever's going on here and shit. And it's like, okay, I want to see where this is going really badly.
Why do the ancient people know about this lady I met, this lady ninja, as the game keeps calling her?
The lady ninja. Who's Gordon? You're not Gordon. You're not Gordon. Who the fuck's Gordon? You're Gordon. Did not even remember that there was one of you up here. Cure 3 on you will be 99. Okay, so. But the thing I want to talk about also is like, in terms of like Final Fantasy stuff, like 9. What I was talking about, like I don't know much about like the besides like broad strokes of 9. In the it's this thing I'm thinking about like.
Kind of same here.
But it's this thing I was thinking about like with 7, where obviously the broad strokes of 7 are everywhere. Everybody knows the broad strokes of 7, but like, yeah, like most people, or at least most people who have been on the internet for 30 years, like we have, know the broad strokes of 7. But there's so much shit that happened in that game that I just never hear people talk about. Really, it's like.
Yeah.
So fascinating, like
So
when you get into like the
good.
real details of what is going on in these, seminal works and shit that nobody talks about.
Moment stuff that just it's hard to communicate quickly, so it just doesn't get covered, or like it isn't a clear fact, so you can't easily discuss it either. Like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of emotional stuff going on in 7's story that a summary's not gonna cover. Like the weird relationship Hojo has with Sephiroth that's only like briefly implied.
yeah. This whole weird situation of like Sephiroth as an actual person, like these sort of implications of like what was of like Sephiroth's raising, who his parents and where he came from and all that, like how he like this was not a guy, like not a whole lot talk about like what was Sephiroth, was Sephiroth raised in anything approaching a loving home? Probably not, by how we've seen.
Almost
of like
not.
like Hojo, fucking experimented on the baby of Lucretia and like was almost certainly shitty to her and to him. And like didn't view them as anything more than test subjects.
And yet he has some kind of pride in him, and that's weird and interesting.
Yeah. Like
And
it's this really weird, and it's this really specific, like manipulative, or very self-serving kind of pride at that. Like it is in no way like, yeah, I'm proud of you, son. It's just like I'm proud. It's like it's a very selfish pride of like, I'm the greatest scientist for creating this,
And like the question of how much of it is fatherly and how much of it is like a lust for accomplishment and all this other stuff. And that's just one little thing that barely comes up, honestly, but it like hits it in such a way that it's like really interesting. There's a lot of really interesting gaps there that you kind of get to fill in, and it feels very intentional in that way, unlike Final Fantasy VI, where there are gaps because they just didn't write shit. Still angry about it. But yeah, just like, and again, like, I think it was the thing I focused on so much, the fact that even after her death, Aerith is a constant presence. Like, that's such a big part as to why people care about her.
Yeah.
It's so...
Like, it's
and
this
it just
thing of
doesn't
like...
get talked about because people focus on the moment. The
Yeah.
moment doesn't matter, except for the fact that every character is so shaken by him, so affected by him, is constantly thinking about her. And, like, she's still there in a sense too. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and I remember you bringing up Kefka in your thread the other day or yesterday or whenever it was. I forget. I think part of the thing with Kefka, like, it's definitely a thing of like people talk about Kefka in the same way they talk about the Joker, because they're very similar in their presentation and such. And I think it's really, I think that is a very fair assessment of like, there's a little bit of this is just kind of like, oh, he's so fucked up. Oh, I think part of it, honestly, is mostly just the presentation. I think 6
it's the
is very much a game.
The presence.
Yes.
I would also say he's the most consistently written character in the cast.
Yeah, because Kefka is the most consistently written character of that game for sure, because he's the only one that is like gets a sizable amount of lines and is not, ever in your party, so he doesn't have the issue of we don't assign this dialogue to any specific person. But I think part of the thing about 6 in general is that the style of it really overtook the substance for most people. I think because I think the pixel art really good in in the original. Like obviously what we saw was a very watered down version of it through the pixel remaster, which is part of why I kind of want to go back and play it regular style.
Even just watching
but even then,
opening of 6 is so impactful, genuinely.
Especially for the time, it was a very it was cinematic in a way that I think people just weren't used to from RPGs yet.
It was Squaresoft showing off how well they understood the SNES platform at that point. They really
I think
did.
The biggest
are both extraordinary.
Yeah, I think Live Alive is definitely the one that I think of personally because I like Live Alive better. But
fair, I agree.
Yeah, but
I think it's just a better game.
Yeah, but the point definitely is just that technically, it's a very technically impressive game when you look at it in the time, and I think the music, the sprite, if nothing else, the final boss, the final battle, God Kefka or whatever, the tower, and then the big angel form at the end. That's such impressive Amano artwork and impressive sprite work.
Paired with Uematsu's music, just
Uematsu,
really impact.
If nothing else, Dancing Mad is one. I will give Dancing Mad as one of Uematsu's just most impressive pieces of work. I still fucking love Dancing Mad. I think a lot about how there's a fucking Silva Gunner ass meme version of fucking Big Chungus ass Dancing Mad. It's just Big Chungus as the all the different sounds of Dancing Mad, and I listened to that and it's just fuck, this actually really fucking works. Yeah, the Tarkus you can hear the Tarkus inspiration. You can hear the inspiration, a lot of the inspiration in Uematsu's work just in Dancing Mad. It's so cool. I think it's also the thing of having Kefka. They go all out on characterizing Kefka in visual, in aesthetic stuff with the sprite, the little pixelated laugh. I think does a lot of work for Kefka.
It's true.
I think it carries a lot of weight in the same way that I talked about earlier on in this game playthrough of talking about the new version, the new release, where when characters die in a battle, it goes, "I'm sorry, I can't," or I can't go on," or something like that. Whereas in here, it's just this. It's sort of pixel scream, and I think there's a charm to that. That's really fun. That's really good.
Yeah, I think that kind of adds a lot to it, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, 6 definitely has a lot of presentation going for it, and that's a big part of why people like it. And again, Kefka is a fairly basic villain, but he's an impactful one, and he's one that's powerful and constantly menaces you. And also, probably when you played it the first time was kind of a surprise, because for a good majority of the game, he is portrayed as if he is, the mini boss guy who's gonna annoy you for a while, but doesn't really do anything. He's literally a silly clown. But no, he's gonna destroy everything because he's clever and very evil. And there's something to that. I do think Kefka is the best part of that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Personally speaking.
I would say it's kind of the same thing of the Joker comparison of just there's a reason why before. I think there's a lot of sort of like a specific kind of recent trend with the Joker that made him really obnoxious as a character in existence. Like, in the abstract, he's really obnoxious, I mean. But, like, before, there was good reason why the Joker was, the Joker was a very popular villain for Batman, like why he was presented as the main villain of a lot of Batman stuff, of just, like, when done well, it's stuff that's, like, really affecting people, especially in a time before it became more well-known.
Oh, the Lavos scream.
Oh yeah, the Lavos scream. Yeah, you were talking about the Lavos scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lavos scream is stellar. Like Chrono Trigger.
Again,
Chrono Trigger.
Also them at the height of their powers on the SNES.
Yeah, I think
it's a real trinity of games where they knocked it out of the fucking.
Yeah, like
in terms of visuals, at least.
The thing about the Super Nintendo era of like Square and especially, it was just like really just like you see the progression of like them learning how to work with the system on a aesthetic level in a really fascinating and well done way. Like, no matter what, even with us saying, like, like, the best part of Final Fantasy VI is the visuals. It's like, I think about, like, if I had to pick an RPG on the SNES for visuals and audio and everything, it would still be Chrono Trigger, obviously, really.
Anyway, random aside, it's come to my attention recently that somebody made a ROM hack of FF4 that replaces Rosa with a bunny man.
Good.
So that's fun. It apparently does some rewriting of the script to make it fit too, which is fun.
Yeah, Bahamut Lagoon and Seiken Densetsu 3 also very, very pretty games.
It's true. They really knew what they were doing visually. They had a lot more budget at that time. Here, some of the interviews from around the SNES era where they talk about how they got more space on the cartridges because they were able to afford the more expensive ones for publishing, and how they kind of went wild with it. They're great to read, and they explain a lot about those games.
Yeah, I think this also came up in another conversation the other day about like, of like Square Enix as a company, and like, there's something to be said about Square Enix. There's a lot to be said about Square Enix as a company. They make a lot of decisions that are really rough and bad.
Some of them very, very bad.
But the thing about Square Enix, the reason why people still love them, like, why people get like so upset about them doing stupid shit, also, is that people care about this developer, because if nothing else, that Square Enix, both Squaresoft and Enix, even separately, there was always this feeling of like, the big people behind all of their big, well-known things are people who have always been given a lot of free, like, sort of space to pursue their vision. Whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is they're doing in their games and such, is like they are given so much space to just create what they are creating. Like it's the thing. It's the thing of like, both on the director side of like, Nomura and Yoshi P and what was his name? Guy who was like the original Final Fantasy guy who, like does other stuff now. Hold on. Sakaguchi, yes.
There we go.
Or like Yuji Horii and such, just like people who are associated with like their work because like they they have a vision of what they want to do and they're allowed to like do it. And that's why people, you know, come to the games from this studio, or, you know, originally studios, is that like even if corporately the decisions are wackadoodle and bullshit, it's like I trust that the people who are making these things are wanting to make the things they're making, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would say the worst time for, like, Square Enix was when they explicitly weren't allowing Nomura to do that, when they were trying to put Nomura on every fucking project instead of letting him do the things he wanted to do. And a lot of shit suffered for it.
It's true, because he was splitting his attention, and like that was around when they were trying to figure out their engine shit too, so they just weren't able to put things out for ages. Which is also part of why Kingdom Hearts 3 looks the way it does. Like, overall, that game looks great, but, like, the facial animations are so stiff, like, 90% of the time. And I'm almost certain it's because they had to switch to Unreal Engine at some point late in development.
We've been in this battle for a while because I keep getting distracted and wanting to yap.
We're having a really good conversation. It is what it is.
I still want to do my stream. I still want to do that idea, thing I wanted to do of like streaming like challenge runs of the Kingdom Hearts games. Like, you know, do like criticals and level 1 stuff for the games that don't have critical.
Level 1 runs in those games scare me. I'm willing to do critical runs, but...
Maybe not level 1 for... I don't know. Mostly I'm just thinking of, like, what I would do for Kingdom Hearts 1. Maybe I just play Kingdom Hearts 1 on, like, Proud, just for fun, you know, on stream at some point.
Proud is still pretty tough in some places. Cerberus is a real...
Kingdom Hearts 1 Proud is definitely, a special kind of beast.
It has some spikes. I think overall it's not too bad. It's just... Early on, you have some real tough fights, because, like, Cerberus has always been, like, weirdly scaled for the point of the game you first fight him in. Because he's definitely designed for that second fight once you actually have high jump. Having to fight him without high jump and, like... with all of his stuff and how much damage he's able to do on Proud, it is a pain.
I've also been thinking. I've just been thinking about just games that I like in RPGs lately. Like, I joined this big asynchronous archipelago that a friend with some friends and some friends of friends. You know, a friend organized, and so like different friend circles basically together doing a big asynchronous archipelago. And I chose as one of my games Golden Sun 2 because I found out that one is on Archipelago as one of the unofficial ones. And man, Golden Sun, such a cool series that has is very divisive because of things like dungeon design and the decision to make everybody react to every cutscene in your 8-person party.
That's a lot.
But I've just been, but like it's a game that is so formative to me personally. Of just like there was, you know, like
I get it. I really liked the first one.
Yeah, like I had Golden. I played a little bit of the first one once, and then I got the second one for myself on GBA, and I played the hell out of it and loved it, and like just it's just such a it's a very classic kind of RPG on you know, on like a system much later than those classic RPGs were, you know, originally from. And I mean that's because you know it's Camelot, the people who made you know a whole classic RPG series.
Mm-hmm. I'd say they at least knew what they were doing with a lot of the Shining games.
Yeah. It's funny, you look at some of the Shining games, it's like after playing Golden Sun, it's like, oh wow, they really just it's really just the same visual style.
Yeah, they really had a very specific house style.
Yeah, I've been thinking about replaying the Golden Sun games. I don't know that I'd stream them. They are definitely very long games with very. I don't know that I want to commit to like too many super long games. Like I already have.
You have been streaming a lot of RPGs.
Yeah,
which is fair.
It's what I like.
I think
you know?
we both really love RPGs, but like, it's good to have a short thing every now and then.
Yeah.
Believe you me.
Meanwhile, I've been thinking about, you know, doing a big every Zelda I can archipelago as a stream thing, but you know that's a different kind of idea. Yeah, I still kind of like. Yeah, a while back I was thinking about like, man, I want to replay Rayman 2, and maybe I should do that instead.
That would be a good one. That would be a lot quicker. It would still be kind of long because it's collectible, right?
It's kind of collectible. It's not like a big like. It's a bit of a weird one in terms of collectible. Archipelago is a multi-world randomizer thing. So like, you know, multi-world randomizers are where multiple people are playing a randomized game, but the items are randomized between games, and you're connecting to like a server. So when you collect an item in your game, it might be someone else's item, and it gets sent to them. Archipelago is that, but where you can connect different games. You know, so like you could be someone could be playing a Zelda game, someone else could be playing a Final Fantasy, someone else could be playing Pokemon, somebody else could be playing Doom, and like. Just items from across all of those games together are shuffled around all of those games.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's really wild, yeah.
I've only done a couple, and those I made the very poor decision of playing Dark Souls 3, a game I have never beaten, and don't know that well.
It's a very large game. Oh, Matoya Cave.
The largeness is less of a problem, just because you aren't necessarily going to have to do everything. You might get a bad roll where you have to do everything, but...
Yeah. It's still a ways to go on you. Ah, damn it. Wish I could just turn off random encounters like you can. I hear you can in the collection. Would be nice.
You ever think about how encounters and levels are handled in The World Ends With You?
I do a lot, yes. I think about The World Ends With You a lot.
It's real smart. It's one of... That entire game is smart, but that mechanic is especially smart.
I really just appreciate games that let you engage with the combat on your own time and not just sort of throw it at you. Like I'm not gonna be like the kind of not to be the kind of person not the kind of person who's like, you know, like fuck random encounters, they're terrible. It's like, no, I don't think that's true at all.
They have their time and place. Not every game needs it.
Yeah, I think that while I get why they're here in this game, I think I do not want them necessarily in this game, you know?
I feel like there should be an option to like auto them sometimes or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's something that I would be more interested in. I think Tactics Advance is kind of like this, if I remember correctly, of just like, rather than just having them be random battles, be like, no, like pop them up like as like a person on the map, like moving around or something, you know, kind of like how Mario 3 does, like the Hammer Brothers and stuff.
Yeah,
just like,
the Hammer Bros are chasing me down. Yeah, that can be kind of fun.
something just like where it's not like you're not just like one where like you can move and like move around where like an encounter is, you know, kind of. Yeah, is why I really vibe
FF12
FF12.
is very like free form. How it handles combat is very fun.
Yeah,
But yeah, like to bring up an example of, hey, here's where random encounters are great. Basically any dungeon crawler, but like especially the Etrian games, because so much of the gameplay is resource management. Not knowing exactly when you'll have to deal with a fight is so important in terms of like having tension there.
Yeah.
If you knew where every single enemy was, there wouldn't be as much tension because you could just avoid enemies when you are ready to fight or need to save some resources.
Yeah. And that it's a very big part of like it's built into like, you know, the core idea of what the game is going for. And even then, like in Etrian Odyssey, you know, it's like yes, there are random encounters, but you still also have there is systems that are at least in the ones that I've played, there are systems sort of built around like informing you, hey, random encounter gonna happen soon. You know, like you've been like this, like, you know, like this little thing is turning red. You've been walking around without a random encounter for a while.
The word is very nice to have. It's true.
But it's just a thing. It is a thing of just like there's a thoughtfulness to like why that stuff is there. You know, like it's in a game where you are considering having to at some level consider every move you make as part of your resource management.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sort of a similar thing of like, you know, what the early Final Fantasies were much more like the first Final Fantasy especially was much more dungeon crawling. You know, it's got the spell slot system. It's very heavily based on, you know, AD&D in that regard. And like it's sort of built around this idea of like you're supposed to go into a dungeon, you know, make some progress, get some experience points, get out, refresh yourself, and then go back in and try to make more progress.
Yeah. But yeah, also just the other thing I wanted to bring up in Pui that I love is the fact that you can just scale your level down to get better drops.
Yes.
Like, that's fun. Like, hey, do you want to challenge yourself to tougher fights in exchange for prizes? The fact that it's opt-in is very fun.
Yeah, Vagrant Story. Like, dungeon crawlers are cool. Dungeon crawlers are fucking cool. There's a whole lot, like... There's not a whole... I feel like there's a lot of people who lose sight of the fact that dungeon crawlers are so fundamental to RPGs in general, as a genre, and, like, why there is value in their style rather than just more what people consider, you know, RPGs, you know, like Final Fantasy style or Dragon Quest style or etc. Stuff like that, you know. It's like a sci-fi dungeon crawler, like a space dungeon crawler that I saw coming out. It's on Steam. I forget the name of it, but I wishlisted it. Looks really cool. Excited to see where that comes out. Like, dungeon crawlers are just so cool.
True.
I can't tell if this is actually targeting that bird or not. I think I will wait. Yeah, Phantasy Star. Phantasy Star also. I still want to play the Phantasy Star games again. You know, I've never finished Phantasy Star 2. I've never even played Phantasy Star 4. So those are games that I want to play at some point again. Like, Phantasy Star one of those things of like a series that I feel is not given the respect it's due, with the asterisk of like, obviously people love Phantasy Star Online, but nobody knows about the games from before Phantasy Star Online, which had a completely different vibe to them. Descent of Lunaris, thank you, Red. I knew you'd have my back. I knew you'd know what was up.
Also, I'm not necessarily specifically excited for it, just because I don't have enough sense of what the gameplay is going to be like yet. I'm extremely excited for that new Vampire Survivors Dungeon Crawler spin-off. Partially because I think it might lead to people making weird blobbers. And that'd be good. I want more weird blobbers out there. Oh, give us more weird first-person dungeon crawlers.
Yeah.
Also, it's very funny they're called blobbers.
I have not heard the term blobbers before.
Haven't heard the term blobbers?
I've heard the term blobbers recently, but I don't know what exactly it's referring to.
Okay, a blobber is a first-person dungeon crawler where you're in first person, but you have a party of several guys. You're moving as one big unit, so you're a blob, so you're in a blobber.
I see. Yeah, I was not familiar with that term for that, but I know.
Yeah, it's one I learned recently. It's funny. It's one of my favorite video game slash game terms in general. One of my other favorite game terms in general is the common use in pinball of Italian bottoms. It just describes the type of like gutters and like it's about having flippers that can do skill shots basically. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this game. This has a style.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of a sci-fi dungeon crawler too. I think it is an underserved category that you can definitely do cool stuff with.
I've thought a lot about like
that on the wish list.
The thing, like the idea of like if I ever wanted to make a game myself, you know, I've thought about like, you know, like what kind of game would I make? And I think like I'd want to make like a dungeon crawler probably. I'd want to try to make a dungeon crawler.
Yeah, fair. I just love crawling in dungeons.
The thing of like I've thought about a lot of is like the kind of games I like, especially like role-playing game style games. Think about like how much they go back to dungeon crawlers. Like the whole reason why I think Souls games work, the Souls series works, is because FromSoft was a dungeon crawler studio. They made a bunch of fucking dungeon crawlers. And I think Dark Souls is the Demon Souls and then Dark Souls were both expansions upon dungeon crawler ideas.
Absolutely.
Elden Ring, even up to Elden Ring, it's still like you can feel
Elden Ring, if anything, is closer to those earlier games in a lot of ways, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like there is so much in these games that are like, oh, this is dungeon crawler stuff. Like it's like.
But yeah, this is sort of a thing that every now and then I think about. One day, with a group that would be into it, I would love to run like a proper, like big dungeon crawl in a tabletop game. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Strange Journey. That's a game that I want to check out at some point. Is Strange Journey. Like,
I definitely need to play that one too.
Real ass dungeon crawler SMT.
And the Persona Q games, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not.
Those are a different kind of appeal, but
they're still dungeon crawlers. You know, it's it's the kind of like wanting to experience, wanting to see what they're about and all that. And I mean, that's also the thing of like the old SMT games. Oh, trust me, if anyone here knows about Dungeon World, I'm gonna guess it. I think T knows about Dungeon World.
I've looked at Dungeon World. I don't know how good Dungeon World is for actual genuine dog. Unless you're referring to a different Dungeon World than the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know if there is another. I think there's just the one.
See, I'm the kind of sicko who wants like the maps and the hexes and the resource tracking and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
T wants the crunch.
I want the crunch.
Yeah, no. Like that's what I mean. T's talking about the TTRPG Dungeon World. Like we're like.
Yeah, Dungeon World I have played a couple of times. I think it has a lot of really cool ideas. I am kind of burnt out on Powered by the Apocalypse stuff by and large, because a lot of it is very specific in how it expects you to play it in a way that does not gel with me what I want from a game. Usually. There are exceptions. Interstitial is probably the one I'd be most willing to go back to, partially because its design is about openness and more just telling a story about friendship and world traveling, which are both things I can get into.
Yeah.
Interstitial is the one basically designed to play
Interstitial
Kingdom
is
Hearts.
yeah. Interstitial is the Kingdom Hearts Apocalypse world built whatever that term is, Apocalypse. Powered by the Apocalypse. I was like, you said it like 5 seconds ago and I forgot it immediately.
It happens.
But yeah, I think like this thing of like there's something to be said about like it's not that there isn't like there aren't a lot of them, but like there's definitely a thing of like when you look at like sort of talk of tabletop role-playing games in larger spaces lately, it's like there's a little bit less of a desire for the crunch, and I think there's times where you want the really crunchy shit. You want something that's really crunchy because you want to make something that's really about the crunch, about the gameplay mechanics. Like,
yeah, you like the numbers, you like the character building. To me, the character building is half the fun. It definitely isn't that way for everybody, but like, I like figuring out builds that are fun and interesting. I like picking abilities that feel characterful and also will be useful and cool. It's just something that appeals to me.
Yeah, I think that like it's one of those things of like why when people talk about like D&D specifically, of like how much like like the issues of D&D, it's like especially it's become more exacerbated. It's become more of an issue I think in 5e where it feels like a lot of D&D is at odds with the fact that it has mechanics, where like I remember the time that I played D&D that I and my friends and this is how I met Molly. This is how we were part of a tabletop. I was part of a tabletop group that Molly joined in on. It started as a D&D 4E group, and it's like 4E was kind of a time where it's just like there was still like kind of this.
It was a very crunchy take on the
It was a much more crunchy time than like 5e.
Very tactical. So this is a thing that was an issue with 5e from the jump. So the lead designer for initial 5e was Mike Merles.
Yeah.
And Mike Merles, among his other issues,
among many other issues,
one of his design philosophies was, as he said it, I think, it was something along the lines of trying to put power at the table in the hands of the GM by giving them the freedom in the writing to make rulings for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Though reading it personally, it came off more as he was lazy and wanted the DM at the table to draw the rest of the fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of empty space and rulings in D&D 5e that the DM has to fill on their own, and it creates a lot of responsibility for them in, like, a not great way.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of this issue of, like, and I think it's kind of become an issue. It's become a big talking point in tabletop top circles, you know, lately, especially because of, like, when dealing with people who are getting into tabletop because they're fans of popular series, you know, playing D&D particularly, where it's like that kind of idea comes across a lot. Where it's like this idea of, like, the DM is the person who has to do the work. You know, it's a very unfortunately, I don't know if I want to say common, but, like, unfortunately more prevalent than it should be feeling that people seem to espouse.
Mm-hmm. It's such a shame because, especially as a GM, I really like doing collaborative shit. I want people to come up with ideas so I can jam them in the game somewhere. It's so much fun for me. I want people to have goals and things that they want and that they want to work towards in ways that they decide.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, not everybody's always going to go for that. But, like, yeah, it really is a thing of just, like... I think a lot of the crunch of 5e is bad crunch partially because it really is like they didn't want a proper glossary at first. They didn't want, like, keywords that made mechanics clear. The only 5e, like actual proper 5e that I have personally played is actually from way back in the playtest, which means I have maybe the most uncharitable view I could have of it because the playtest was very rough. Let me tell you that
probably
playtest,
the worst version of 5e.
Yeah, and let me tell you that playtest made some decisions because there is a room in the playtest dungeon that they gave you where there is a swarm of, like, 20 rats, and the rats are statted in such a way that you're supposed to roll for each of them individually.
That's fucked. That's so fucked.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, and it was clearly totally thought through. And, like, again, a good GM could figure out a way around that, could, like, roll them as a group, or, like, flatten things out, or average out the damage numbers or something. They shouldn't have to do that work. You should just make a swarm stat block, because that is the thing that a game should do. Like,
it's a problem of design that, you know, like, the reason that this opinion exists within players is because it's in part of the design of you know, the most pushed game that there is that the GM is not a player, but, like, a boss. You know, like the GM is, like, the one doing the work. And it's like, no, the GM is playing the game. The GM is a player.
Yeah.
You should be designing around the idea that the GM is getting to play too. You know.
And, like, the thing is, even in a complicated, crunchy game, if you give, like, clear mechanics and tools to work with, even if the GM wants to rework something or tinker with it or make their own monsters or whatever, having those clear guidelines makes it so much easier to do.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier. It really is just, like, I think I will give 5e some points in that. I think it has some neat ideas. I think a lot of the subclasses are, like, really, really expressive and neat.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have kept up with some of them mechanically just because I'm curious.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, you can't be a hater
but-
if you don't know what you're talking about, you know?
Yeah, but just overall, I really think just Pathfinder's there, and it's very good. They came out with the sci-fi book, and it's fully compatible with all their other stuff, so you can have fun with that. One of the monsters in the recently put out sci-fi monster manual equivalent, effectively, is a Fae house spirit that has adapted to the future by becoming a form admin.
That's really funny.
They will be the greatest moderator you've ever had until you piss them off, and then they will destroy you with bots and targeted harassment.
That's really good.
And tons and tons of sock puppets.
God.
It's very funny.
Yeah, like, but yeah, the thing is just like, you should make a game. Your game should be designed in a way that like people want to homebrew, not that they have to. You know, not that they feel like they have
exactly.
to. Like, that's
Making
always been
a game where it is designed where you have to homebrew is a mistake. You have
I think that's kind of
not
like
made a complete game.
that's kind of one of the things I think about, like with the biases of certain creators, you know, who are part of these shows, of like thinking of like who feel this tendency to come out and defend D&D, cough cough, Brennan Lee Mulligan, cough cough,
Yeah.
of just like
I mean,
you are
it for him is that he has lived and breathed this stuff since he was like
well,
8.
that's what I'm
So,
saying
like,
is that like
it's in his bones.
he did it because he loves it. He loves doing the home brewing and all that. That he doesn't see it as like a thing of like needing to do that. It's just like, yeah, it's just a thing you've always done. I've always done it. It's like, whereas, but like he doesn't. It's like, you're too steeped in it to really see where it's like a problem of the design now.
Yeah.
Where like the problem of it being an expectation, even though it's something that you have already been doing for your entire life. Like you love it because you've been doing it. Okay, it's not those
I'm
two.
very-
Those two move after this. So we'll go here.
I'm also very, like, as one last thing to say about this, I am very much in the just play another game camp.
Yeah.
But, like, I do kind of come from it in a perspective of, like, here's the secret cap about just play another game. You don't have to stop playing D&D if you really want to. If you really enjoy it, just try other stuff. It's worth trying.
Like,
Not
it's-
every book you read is going to be as hard to parse as D&D. I promise. Some
Yeah.
of them are very short and have very simple rules. And you don't have to relearn a whole complicated thing every time. And even if you do want to learn a complicated thing, Pathfinder 2 is very good.
Yeah. And it's a thing of, like, for me, it's just like, it's kind of the same, it's a similar, sort of talk. It's a thing I saw someone post about, like, the whole thing of, like, play bad games. Like, it's like, no, you shouldn't play a game because, you shouldn't play a thing that's, like, considered a bad thing because, like, it might be good. It's like, no, you should play more things because variety is good.
Yeah.
You should experience
Even
more
if you
things.
don't end up enjoying it, at worst, you spent a night doing something you don't enjoy. It happens.
It's,
You'll live.
it's
You'll
kind of
learn
like,
something. It's good for you. It's good for you to experience
it's kind of like gender and
harmless
sexuality.
bad shit sometimes.
It's kind of like gender and sexuality. It really doesn't hurt you to think about it and question it and look at like other things and try other things.
Just try-
If you can,
Just
it's
try
not
on
a
that
ba-
skirt. Just try
Yeah.
on that skirt, boy. That's what we're saying. That's everything that we're saying right now. Just try it on.
Completely,
Do
yes.
a little twirl. You know you want to.
Yes, try things. try things, because even if it ends up being that it's not that you don't like the thing you tried, you have a better understanding of the thing you like. You have a better understanding of the thing you already liked and yourself. Yeah.
Cultivate your own curiosity. I should read more books. I've been thinking that in general lately.
I've been thinking that a lot.
In a while either.
In general, I have not read books in a long
I could kind
time.
of tell when the way you were talking about books earlier. I could tell you were in the same headspace as me. I've been very slowly, very off and on, working my way through In the Name of the Name of the Wind is just I don't know why I wanted to add it at the beginning, which is it was kind of a big fantasy deal years back. I don't know a lot of details about the author or anything, so
Yeah, I feel like I remember. I recognize the name.
yeah. It's something I picked up ages ago. I just decided, you know what, this is on my shelf. I'm gonna start reading it. I'm only a couple of chapters in. I haven't read in a while. I need to probably just honestly schedule myself some time for reading sometime during the week, just to like knock out a few chapters, because I enjoy it when I'm reading it. It's just actually getting myself to sit down and focus on it instead of gaming and watching something at the same time.
Yeah, that's exactly 100%. That's me.
Yeah, that's it. That's where it is.
Yeah, you've been reading a lot of sword and sorcery and such, and that's I love hearing about the sword and sorcery shit when you talk about it. Like, it's so cool. It's the thing of like, I have so many books that I've bought over the years or gotten for Christmas over the years that I just have not touched, and I still need to read and shit. Like, the last time I read was when I went to Florida earlier this year, and this is a thing of like, I'm on a plane, I'm in a car, riding in a rental car a lot. Like,
I've been put in a place where this is the easiest thing to do to entertain myself.
Yeah, it's like I brought my Switch, but it's still it's a little bit more of a hassle than just having my fucking Kindle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I read the first 2 books of the Southern Reach trilogy while on that trip,
nice.
and they were really cool. And I need to read more. It's like I also bought I bought House of Leaves for like the second time recently. I had a copy at one point. I don't know what I don't know what happened to my first copy. My brother, I might have given it to my brother, I think, at some point, or a friend in college. I don't know, one of those two. I don't have that anymore. Yeah, I still haven't gotten far into book 3. I need to do that, but
when I was really sick with that bronchitis episode, like I think 2 years back now, the thing that I ended up doing, because I couldn't get up and move a lot, I read a lot of manga for one. I read through all of Inuyasha, which was a good time. I enjoyed that.
God damn it. I canceled.
But I also ended up around that time reading a shit ton of the Driz Do'Urden books. And it turns out I actually really like those.
Mm-hmm.
He's a darling himbo, that man. There's like it.
God damn it! This isn't the right city. Fuck. That's why. Fuck.
Ah, damn. Ah, fuck.
Piss.
It is a series with a lot of foibles and a lot of mistakes, but it also has some elements that I really appreciate. Like, one of the first things in like the prequel trilogy, where he decides to escape from his drow home because he was born the goodest good boy and everybody there's fucked up and evil in a hot BDSM way. After he leaves, he's like living in the woods and just fucking
the writer's not.
He develops an alternate personality that's very good at murder. But because of that, he feels like he's kind of losing his good points, and is just feeling very down. And then he ends up basically in a deep gnome city, where a guy he saved from other drow ended up from the previous book. and said guy he was able to save, but not able to keep him from losing his fucking arms. He shows up there. He meets that guy again. He sees that the guy has these beautifully carven magical hammer and pickaxe prosthetic arms now. And he is just immediately moved to tears by it because he immediately realizes, oh wait, this is a society where people care about each other enough that if somebody gets injured, they don't like get abandoned or kicked out. They get beautiful new arms. And I love that moment.
That's really honestly great.
It's a really good way to communicate like the stark difference between his society and a good one.
Yeah, that's really good, honestly.
It is honestly really good, and there are a lot of moments like that. They're not perfect books by any means, but they have a lot of fun, interesting stuff. R.A. Salvatore is a pretty solid writer, not like pushing out masterpieces or anything, but pushing out fun books.
Yeah. It'll make me think about, like, I was thinking about, like, there was something recently, like, teasing, like, some kind of, like, movie or something, or show based on Dragonlance recently. Like Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman with some actor whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was, like, a pretty popular, well-known one. Anyways, I've been thinking a lot about, like, rereading the, one of my favorite book series from high school, the Deathgate cycle, which was by then Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman.
I don't know nothing about that one.
It's very cool. So it's like it's this thing of like it starts off you know, like it's very fantasy, obviously, like, you know, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, they have their things they like, you know, elves, dwarves, etc. It starts off in a way that's just like, yeah, so kind of unusual fantasy world, but it's still kind of a fantasy world, you know. It's like, okay, you're in this world that's all like sky themed, everything's on like these sky islands, and it's like the world is vertically oriented and such. By the end of you realize, it's partway through the book that starts gets revealed of like the main characters of this story are these two guys acting in sort of at different points, not together, but like at this point, but like separately, who are both part of like these secret like ancient races that are currently like trying, like, kind of like the remnants of a war that was, it turns out, was post-apocalyptic. Like, it's like this fantasy world is actually the real world after a post-apocalyptic war after the apocalypse. There was post-apocalypse. People have started developing magical powers. The two groups of people who developed magical powers went to war and ended up splitting the world into like multiple pieces that are elementally themed. And so the first book is taking place in the air world, and the main characters are this guy who is part of the group that lost the war, who were placed into into a big labyrinth prison in the center of this new cosmology, and one of the last surviving members of the people who won the war, who kind of went into cryo sleep, but all kind of mostly died in this sort of sleep, this magical sleep they've been in.
Right.
And so, like, one is this guy who's on this mission the main character is this guy who's on this mission to sort of reconnect these disparate worlds through, like, these magical mechanisms that are set up inside of them so that they will rejoin the world together into one piece.
That's the name of the treasure. Sorry.
I'm kind of rambling a bit about, like, what this series is about, but I think it's just really cool. It's about...
It sounds neat.
The main thing I really like about it is that it's one of those series that has a really crunchy magic system to it. Like, there's just these sort of like appendices at the end of each book, sort of going into like, so like the main character is part of this group called the Patrons, Patryns, you know, Patryn, patron, who they do magic by drawing it from within themselves through tattoos. They tattoo themselves to draw magic out, whereas the other group, the ones that won the war, and the sort of the deuteragonist of the series is one of them, they drew magic from the world by like dancing and singing and shit. And it's like there's just a whole lot of like detail in each book about like how this works. Like if you it's just fun to have like books that go into like sort of that crunch of like really detailing the magic of the world.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like I did a bad job of really getting across what the series is, what that series is about. But I think it's a really cool fantasy series that people should check out.
Sounds neat.
Yeah, it's called the Deathgate Cycle. To repeat what I said at the beginning, to make sure. I feel like the name probably got lost in what I was my rambling. Yeah, I've always been thinking about like reading the Dragonlance books again as well. But even before that, I have so many books that I need to read.
Oh, heck.
Nine days, okay. Alright, well this time we didn't have any random encounters at all.
That's fine. Not gonna complain about that.
Gun!
Wow, a gun! I've never seen a gun before.
I wanted to read. We found the Matoya cave in the previous one. The cave where the magician Matoya, who served the ancient kingdom of Ronkin, lived. He was well liked by the people, but after creating a demon, he was feared as a sorcerer.
Huh.
It's very funny how much this game is just like full of references.
Yeah.
It's like we got fucking Matoya and the Ronkins here in this.
Congrats to Matoya on his transition.
Yeah.
Good for him,
Magical
honestly.
gun. An ancient pistol believed to be magic because its bullets contain magical power. Later, bullets
Yeah, that
containing
makes
summoned
sense.
monsters were invented.
I mean, is that a reference to the fucking 5 spin-off anime?
Maybe?
Because I'm pretty sure that's the thing the magic gun does in that. I could be wrong. I haven't ever watched it. I know we were talking around when we were playing 5 that we might watch that. We never did.
No, we never did.
We also never watched Advent Children, even though we were talking a lot about watching that.
Yeah. We should do these things at some point, probably. I think they're interesting ideas. I'm also gonna do here for the times when we. Oh, but I have to take off 2 swords to do gain to JP up. Well, we'll be fine. We don't need gain to JP up. God damn it. It's always when you're just trying to move like 2 spaces over. Also, wait a minute. I don't think I started a job. I realized I was already out of city that I could start a job, and I didn't need to move to another one. I may have to call the stream soon. My brain's getting drained here.
Entirely fair.
I'll have to try to get around to doing some of this grinding off stream before next time.
Oh, look at them stepping.
Yeah. The little stepping sprites in these games still just very good. Everybody's got their little step. Oh hey. These guys are hiding down here.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I can hit him though. What? Can't move into the line for? Click off. Yeah, his mind's been blasted.
My mind!
I was hoping I could move my summoner close enough to smack Rams up, break him out of this. Well, Lost energy, raise the heart rate. Life drain.
Life drain.
Raise the heart rate. This is a very funny call out for that.
Yeah.
I did actually start playing the Iblis Chronicles the other day just to see like, how the
nice.
voice acting sounded. It's pretty good. I do quite like it. It is an interesting choice they've made of like they have chosen to go with now saying like the one line that everybody always talked about is blame yourself for God, and how that got changed in More of the Lions and all that. Now it's they've chosen to, instead of saying God, because I think they're just more cagey about that now. No, petrified. They have decided to basically give the god of this setting a title of the Father.
That, I guess I get it. I guess I get distancing yourself a little bit. I feel like...
So yeah, but that's why, so now the line is, blame yourself or the Father.
Blame yourself or Daddy.
Yeah, for some reason, the focus groups just did not care for that one. Confused Rams are just doing his thing. Heavenly wind carry us to fountain of power, Asuna.
I don't know how else to make this one sound cool. Asuna.
I like how right now what's going on down there is kind of this thing of like, you mind blasted Ramza, and now Rams are just still coming after you, and you're just like, fuck, what do I do?
How do you stop an unstoppable object? Oh wait, people usually say an unstoppable force, a movable object.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. You got the idea.
Yeah. Look up, devil.
Little devil.
Well, that didn't work out like I hoped. Oh, now he's berserk.
Oh, watch out. He's going crazy.
The confusion finally got to choosing the thing that cures itself. That's
That's funny.
so funny. I'd like to just go over to Rams and finish this.
Sounds good.
Come on now. Oh, come on, do not confuse him again, please. Berserked. Rain was discarded. Start moving guys over that way. Okay, at least now he's just preserved and not confused, so he just swings at him. Cool. Move on to this place. I'm gonna save my game. And I think that's gonna be it for me tonight because I think
Sounds good.
I think I'm just not able to concentrate as well now.
Fair.
I'm gonna try to, in the next 2 weeks to get some of this grinding done and get
Sounds good.
ready for doing that, getting ready for doing the things I want to do on that side quest next time. But yeah, for now, let me see. Who is live? I might want to throw you towards. Not really much anybody, honestly. I think I'll just call it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Thank you all for hanging out. Some point, I'm going to finish Pokemon. I'm going to get to put back to Legends EA. I'm going to finish that.
Yeah.
I
want to see more of that game.
And then,
I don't have
after
that
that,
game.
after
I
that, I
wanna
want to
see
get
more
back
of
to Digimon, and then go from there, and maybe do some other stuff as well. We'll see. Just been in a weird headspace lately. I'm kind of coming out of it, I think. So I think maybe I'll be up to streaming, in the next couple days, probably. Other stuff. So we'll see. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for listening to us yap while I ground. Did a bunch of
grinding.
Didn't make a lot of progress in the game, but yeah, sometimes
it's
it's
a good
just
time.
good time. Love to hang out with friends and talk. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will see y'all next time. Have a good night.
Later.